Talent comes in different shades. For 21-year-old Chizoba Amalu with little education, he's been able to build a car. Yes, a car. It took this young man 10 months to construct his own automobile, and it's a prototype of Gravity X.
Jerry Malo, a young Nigerian innovator, has unveiled his latest creation, a Benny Sternum sports car, Puri. The sleek luxury ride, specially designed for the African landscape, is powered by an 8.2 V8 gas engine.
Africa is not short on genius, it's not short on innovation, and it's definitely not short on visionaries. But here's the hard truth. Africa is still waiting for approval, waiting for validation, and sometimes waiting for permission to lead. One man stands at the center of this paradox, Maxwell Chikumbutso, the Zimbabwean inventor who shocked the world with his self-charging electric car, a car that doesn't need fuel, doesn't need charging, and defies what we thought was scientifically possible.
The powertrain, we did it in-house, which makes it the first electric vehicle in the world that drives without needing recharging systems. On the greener power off-grid machine, it's very unique. For the first time, energy is being generated using a radio frequency and without moving paths.
But instead of launching his innovation on African soil with African support, Chikumbutso, like many before him, looked to the West, to America, to China, to places that didn't create him, but now control the stage he wants to stand on.
So they wanted to arrest him for changing physics.
Yes. Even when we tried to file a patent, they said we were violating the natural laws of physics. So it's not an industrial applicable.
So here's the big question. Is Maxwell Chikumbutso making a dangerous mistake that could cost Africa its future? Or is he simply playing the only game he was ever taught? Welcome to Win Africa, as we unravel the story of Maxwell Chikumbutso, exploring the fine line between genius and impossibility, and uncovering what his journey means for Africa and the world. Maxwell Chikumbutso is no ordinary inventor. Born in Harare, Zimbabwe, and raised by a single mother, he dropped out of school at just 14. But he never dropped out of purpose. With no formal training, Maxwell claims to have invented technologies that most engineers would call science fiction. A cordless TV that doesn't need to plug into power, a drone that runs endlessly, and the most explosive claim, a radio frequency-powered electric car that never needs to be recharged. If proven, this is bigger than Tesla, bigger than oil, bigger than anything the world has seen. And yet, he's not producing, not mass distributing, not scaling. Why? Because like many African innovators before him, he's caught in a system that says, "You're brilliant, but only if the West says so." Despite the initial excitement, Chikumbutso's silence has raised eyebrows. Allegations have surfaced, suggesting that his inventions might be fraudulent. Reports indicate that investors from Europe and the US were invited to witness demonstrations, only to find no working prototypes. Some claim they were shown non-functional devices and faced repeated delays, leading to suspicions of a scam. Online forums and news outlets have echoed these concerns, with some labeling Chikumbutso's ventures as deceptive. Critics argue that without transparent demonstrations or peer-reviewed validations, such groundbreaking claims remain dubious. However, it's essential to approach these allegations with caution. Chikumbutso has previously reported surviving a poisoning attempt, suggesting that his life might be in danger due to his innovations.
We were poisoned at that time. Dr. Teddy didn't make it. He died in January 2017. I survived by the grace of God.
If his technology were indeed a scam, why would there be attempts on his life?
A true free energy device that keeps batteries consistently charged. It took me several months to find him, but when I did, it blew my mind.
Could it be that his inventions pose a genuine threat to established industries? Let's compare. In China, innovation is fast, bold, and unapologetically national. They are driving groundbreaking advancements in automation, with recent announcements revealing China's ambitious push to establish itself as a global leader in the field.
At the headquarters of EX Robot, Technical Director Wang Feng shows off the capabilities of his creations.
The Chinese government doesn't wait for foreign approval. They build their own ecosystems. Huawei didn't need a license from the West to dominate telecom. BYD and NIO didn't ask Tesla for permission to innovate in electric cars. China didn't wait for validation, it created alternatives. In America, the story is the same. Companies like Apple, Tesla, and SpaceX bet on their own ideas, risky or not. Elon Musk didn't wait for Germany to say his electric vision was real. Steve Jobs didn't ask Japan to validate the iPhone. They trusted their ecosystem, and the world followed. But in Africa, we invent, then we wait for America to clap, for China to invest, for CNN to report. That's the dangerous cycle Maxwell may be repeating. Here's what happens when we wait. Talent is exported. Technology is repackaged. Africa loses control. Many African innovations end up patented in foreign countries. African stories told by Western voices. African breakthroughs profiting non-African companies. And now, as Chikumbutso reportedly negotiates with international stakeholders, the fear is clear. Will this technology leave Africa before Africa even gets to use it? Let's be clear. This is not just about one man. It's about a continent, a mindset, a future. Maxwell Chikumbutso may have cracked the code of free energy, but if Africa doesn't claim it, fund it, protect it, and scale it, someone else will. And they will sell it right back to us. Africa doesn't need more dreamers, it needs doers. We need to stop asking, will the West accept this? And start asking, how do we launch this ourselves? Here's what must change. Build local incubators that fund homegrown tech. Create patent protection hubs across African countries, educate the youth on intellectual property and commercialization. Shift media focus to spotlight African success stories before the West claims them. Chikumbutso's invention should be manufactured in Africa by Africans for the world. Let it be validated by African scientists, backed by African investors, and protected by African law. Maxwell Chikumbutso's story is a symbol of brilliance, but also a symbol of Africa's painful habit of looking outward instead of inward. The world is watching, not because they want to help Africa succeed, but because they want to know how soon they can own what Africa invents. So this is a call not just to Chikumbutso, but to every African creator, investor, and leader. Stop waiting, stop surrendering, start leading. Africa's future will not be handed to us by America or China. It will be built or it will be bought. If this message moved you, like this video, subscribe to Win Africa for more unapologetic stories of African brilliance. Share this video to every African innovator, dreamer, and doer you know. And in the comments, tell us, is Africa ready to lead, or will we keep waiting to be invited to the table we built? If you'd like to explore the possible reasons behind Maxwell Chikumbutso's silence, click the video on your screen to watch the full breakdown.